Hello everybody, I'm InTheLittleWood, also known as Martin, and welcome back to the channel. So this is all pre-recorded footage because yesterday I went to the Nintendo offices in Windsor in the United Kingdom to go and check out tons of different games that were shown off at E3 by Nintendo, which was really cool. So already there's going to be about a bajillion tricks that I'm doing in the first 10 seconds just because I wanted to show off all the various different tricks that you can do with Mario's new best friend, Cappy. It's basically his old hat and it's got eyes on it and it's got some really cool mobility. Like this thing here, look at that, it's a big old spin attack. So I was playing with two different Joy-Con controllers, obviously one in each hand, and oh yeah, there's also a moon there, so if you ever play Metro Kingdom, make sure you don't forget about that one. But no, basically I was playing with two Joy-Con controllers, and the way that you work Cappy is if you either press Y or if you sort of like throw your arms forwards, Cappy will go out in front of you. Now if you were to do it with both arms at the same time, it does kind of like a forward roll motion where Cappy sort of rolls along the ground. Obviously if you do it with just the one arm, then it actually just throws Cappy out, and then after that, when it sort of hovers in front of you, if you swing one of your arms left or right before it comes back to you, you can actually force it out in either the left or the right direction, and then it basically then gravitates back towards you, which I thought was really cool. There was also things like you saw a moment ago I did like a cap dive, so you throw your cap in front of you, you do Mario's typical like dive forwards, and then you basically land like that. This move here is a bit weird. I still don't know how I feel about it. It's one of the quickest ways to get around at the moment. It's like a bit of like a Sonic the Hedgehog kind of roll. It's really bizarre. So to do that one, you have to do a very quick press between jump and I think it was left trigger, and then that sort of throws you into this roll, and then to actually keep it going, whether you're on the Pro Controller, it still gets me every time. It just hit the excessive smashing of the cymbal. But no, yeah, to keep that roll going, you basically had to like use the motion controls. You had to basically like shake either one or two Joy-Con controllers, and then I did actually play some of this game as well with a Pro Controller, which felt just as good, to be completely honest. And you'll notice the difference there, actually, between the regular moon animations and the slightly larger, like, Grandioso ones with, like, sort of the full screen inhabit. That's because I think that was basically, like, the main objective of this level and stuff, which is quite cool. So right here is one of the sweetest climbs you will ever see. You basically go from being on ground level to the top of a skyscraper in an instant. And basically this motion here isn't called possessing, because that was sort of what I said in the first place, and it's a bit exorcisty, but they apparently call it connecting. So when you connect with various different things inside of Mario Odyssey, that's what it looks like, and that's what it does. And the 10 out of 10 splash. Greatest dive you've ever seen in your life. Right, let me get myself up here, and I can basically grab another one of those moons. But one thing that I did struggle with this game was the fact that there's no more sprint key. I think some people will be used to that, but I'm quite used to having it where you don't have to build momentum. Oh wait, listen. There you go, little Bowser thing plays on the radio. But I quite liked it where before you could like hold down a button to sprint faster, but now you almost have to like build your momentum or do a jump like that one, but not into the void, and then you'll be all good. I think I do actually nail this. I think this is like a hook, line, sinker straight into the pipe, which was completely idiotic, because the whole point of going over there was to collect the coins, but I think afterwards I decided, nah mate, I'm not doing it. I'm not going back there. But no, yeah, so the motion took a little while for me to get used to inside of this game. I think where all the buttons are positioned, I kept accidentally hitting, like, attack instead of fly. I don't know how I rinsed the building of a coin there as well. I just sort of smashed into the tarmac of it, or I guess like the render on it, and then it just sort of popped one out, which was good. And I remember being thoroughly amused at him, like flying around on a pole there. It was really funny. But no, yeah, so like basically I've managed to play this game for about 20 minutes. So the main objective inside of this level at the moment, it obviously changes as the story goes on, but it was to go and find 4 band members. So if I remember correctly, there's like the drummer, there's a guitarist, I think there was a vocalist, and there was somebody else as well, and I can't quite remember who it was. But you'll see at the end of this video that basically I managed to collect all 4 just as the 20-minute timer hits. Like, I literally jump off the skyscraper, land next to the last guy, and then it took me out, and I was like, oh my god, are you kidding? Like, Kath had the same sort of thing happen to him, but it died for him, well, I say died. The timer ran out for him when he was actually falling towards his final guy, so I was like, no! Like, I was absolutely gutted. And what I like about some of these smaller moons as well is the fact that you don't get reset on all of them back to your previous checkpoint, which is quite nice. So I'm trying to remember what else I did inside of this video. There was just like We basically got to play the game for 20 minutes, and then we got to play the sand level for 20 minutes, and then we then got to go back in again and actually do like a proper recording one, because you can see me just sort of like trying out various different combinations and moves there. I was nowhere near as good as the guy James who showed us the controls. Like, he was an absolute wizard. It makes me really excited that when I, you know, have a lot of time to sink into this game, that it's going to be really, really fun to sort of like motion around. There was me trying to like just skip those ledges to the right of me. There's absolutely no point in doing that. And that guy's really weird. So he wanted to put a scooter up there. I'm not entirely sure why he would want to do that. I'm assuming you maybe get a moon if you go ahead and like jump across to it, but I thought that was really, really strange. Now, I think if I remember correctly, I sort of messed this up a little bit. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, careful. And he's got it. Another moon. All right. Now we got a moon, let's go and find ourselves some more band members. They're sort of made obvious by the fact that there's these large sort of like beaming towers of music that sort of like poke out from them. So I think over here is the bassist. Yeah, you can hear that sweet bass guitar. And you know what? I just realized right now as I've watched this back, I went straight for the musician and I never noticed that rocket on the right hand side. I think I just had crazy tunnel vision on him. I'm going to have to ask Caf if he ever went for that, because he's uploading videos on this as well, probably on his Caf Plays channel. But yeah, I never noticed that rocket, and it's really satisfying when you actually inhabit various different things. So in the sand level, you'll see where I actually inhabit, or I say connect with, a Bullet Bill and other things like that. And I think there's even like this giant sort of totemy rock kind of character that you do as well. But somewhere inside of this Metro Kingdom, I don't have the footage of it, but Caf does, there's actually a human that you can like connect with, and he's actually playing with a remote control car. And I'm not talking like a kid, like he's like a full-grown man, and he's playing with an RC car, and basically you drive it around this nice little track, and eventually you get it to the end, where there's another one of those moon icons, which is pretty cool. So there we are at 3 out of 4 band members. I'm assuming the lady that you speak to as well is like the mayor of Metro Kingdom or something like that. That's like my assumption. I think here I just decided that I wanted to be on the stage for a little bit. Oh yeah. I would clap, but it's probably going to destroy my microphone. But you can see the more and more that we're introducing band members inside of the building, the more and more people are actually turning up to listen to the music, which is quite cool. One of my only other gripes with Mario Odyssey so far, and it's a tiny thing and it's really frustrating me, is basically that whenever you go up to a shop clerk, this isn't in this level, it's in the next one, or whenever you go up to a sign, I found it quite difficult to actually speak to the characters, or like to interact with the board. And by that I mean I basically kept walking up towards the sign, pressing A, thinking, oh, it's for sure going to be like focusable, and it wasn't. And I found that I was jumping onto the sign and like hanging off of it as if it was some kind of ledge, and I did that a lot. And then inside of the shop I had the same thing. I walked straight up to the desk. I thought whenever I'm stood within a certain perimeter of the desk, that for sure is going to mean that I'm going to speak to the shop clerk and everything's going to be groovy. But you can see over there, oh, I've messed that up a little bit. I don't think I actually make this first one, no. I fall right the way back down. Oh dear. If you're wondering as well what was through that door that I just went to, I'll splice a bit of fudge over the top here. For whatever reason, I really struggled with that climbing challenge, and I never actually did it, so this video might be a little bit shorter as a result of that, but that's my bad. And also as well, you might have noticed that around the place there's been the odd 1 or 2 purple coins. So basically you've got regular coins, which I've got 310 of, and then you've got the 6 other ones, and at the moment I don't currently know what you spend that other currency on, which is quite interesting, because even when I went on the sand level, I actually had a moon that you could buy in the shop, and that was actually bought with regular coins. And that strikes me as the kind of thing that would be bought with level-specific currency, but I'm sure sometime in the future I'm going to find that out and figure out exactly what's going on. But there you go. That is my content that I managed to get of Metro Kingdom inside of Super Mario Odyssey. He's saying it again just for good luck. It's all good. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye out. In the next couple of hours, I'm going to drop another video, which is on the sand level inside of Mario Odyssey. And if you've got any questions whatsoever, any that are just like on the tip of your tongue, on the end of your fingertips by your keyboard, then be sure to ask me. But obviously, ask me things within reason. I wasn't given any additional information about the game or like future levels and this, that, and the other. I only know as much as what was inside the confines of this level. So if you've got questions about controls, frame rate, like handheld mode, all that sort of stuff, then feel free to ask me and I'll try and answer as many of them as I possibly can. But yeah, leave a like on the video if you watched this far. Keep an eye out for more. I've got various other Switch titles coming out as well on things like Fire Emblem, Sonic Forces, even a load of stuff on Splatoon 2 as well, on the special Salmon Run mode, which was quite fun. All of that is hitting the channel within inside the next sort of 24 to 48 hours, so keep an eye out for those, and I'll see you all in a little bit. Bye-bye.